Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Of all of the absurd and nonsense stories that are coming from the mainstream media in regards to supporting Iman Khalif, the biological male that decided to get into the ring with several females and beat them to a pulp. It's unacceptable to have that actually happen, and the IOC literally gaslights, delivering daylights out of each and every one of us that knows the actual truth. They want you guys to know that Iman Khalif is not a male, but a female, and henceforth is allowed to enter into the ring with XY chromosomes, meaning that Iman Khalif is not a woman, but an actual male. So Iman Khalif is allowed to enter into the ring and beat up on women. So that messaging is sent very, very clear. But like I mentioned a moment ago, one of the most absurd stories that is coming out of the mainstream media now is not that Angela Carini was wrong or that she was robbed. So no. That would be the right kind of story to actually write. The story that we're getting at the moment is that Angela Carini is, in fact, a cheat. Somehow she cheated by forfeiting. Somehow you're not allowed to forfeit in the Olympic Games against a biological dude that's beating your head in and say that, getting hit in the head that hard, I fear for my life. Or being made to or forced to apologize to somebody you should never actually have apologized to. No, you're labeled as you're a cheat and you are faking it, according to this article. I could not believe what I was reading. But yet again, is it any wonder? The mainstream message at the moment is if you go against a biological male that is beating up on women, the absurdness of this story, guys, honestly, the messaging is it's totally okay for a man to get into the ring with a woman for a full contact sport and beat her with an inch of her life and, God forbid, worse. But you know what? If it's an actual man that identifies as being a man, that's unacceptable. But if on a person's birth certificate or even on their passport, more so the passport, according to the IOC, if that says you are a woman, you're allowed to go into the ring and verse a woman. I mean, can you get more absurd, ladies and gentlemen? Young kids are watching this and they're going to think, oh, if a man that identifies as being a woman is allowed to get into the ring and beat up women, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can get away with that. They don't understand the repercussions of any of this. It's not just the fact that we need to keep women safe. It's the fact in sports, it's the fact that we need to keep women safe all across the world, man. Honestly, have they lost all sense of... Yeah, they actually have lost a great deal of sense. There is none anymore. All they seem to care about is pandering to this idiotic message, the mainstream message. You must all be inclusive. The problem is with being all inclusive is that if you're too inclusive, you end up excluding the ones that you actually need to be inclusive of. That being real biological females and their safety. You actually, if you are too inclusive, you put the ones that you idolize and worship and really want to be inclusive of, you actually exclude the safety of real women. That is unacceptable. So let's get into this article, shall we? Was she faking? That's the headline of a century. So you honestly think that Angela Carini getting into the ring knowing full well that she's about to face a biological male and deciding to forfeit, that she's faking it after she was hit in the face? This is written by Ajit Saha. Ajit, mate, quick question for you. 46 seconds. You claim that that's unacceptable, but would you get in the ring with a biological dude? Just asking. Asking for a mate, actually. Italy's Angela Carini's questionable past comes to light after quitting against Iman Khalif. It raises eyebrows. 46 seconds. That's the opening statement. 46 seconds. Oh, she only lasted 46 seconds. That's more time than I think you would last, mate. Just saying. That's all it took for Italian boxer Angela Carini to call it a day at just 1 year. Call it a day at one of the year's biggest sporting events. During the round of 16 women's 66 kilo competition at the Olympics, Carini withdrew from the bout after being hit hard a couple of times by the Algerian boxer Iman Khalif. Well, at least you got that part right. Hit hard. What part of that don't you fully understand? Hit hard by a dude. Be different if it was an actual woman, wouldn't it? The Italian's emotional outburst following her loss kicked off a chain reaction on social media, and Knightson's victory. Here we go. Knightson's viciously trolling Khalif, claiming that the Algerian was a biological male, which is in fact true, and that the let's just put it this way, Iman shouldn't have been allowed to participate in the women's category. And no, Iman should not have been allowed to, because Iman has XY chromosomes, meaning that Iman is a male. Notably, Iman Khalif was barred by the IBA from the 2023 World Championships after failing a gender eligibility test, and this has been used to direct vitriolic online slander at Khalif. The slander online, or the vitriolic stuff that you're referring to, Ajit, you need to get your facts straight a little bit, mate. That vitriol online that you so-called are referring to is towards the fact that the IOC is allowing a biological male into the ring to beat up a woman. But we don't care about that, do we? No, we only seem to care about the message. Protect the likes of biological males. Yeah, let's do that. But not women. But now it looks like a ghost from Karini's past has come back to haunt her. Oh dear. So how does something from her past relate to the present, if you ask me? Like, I don't know. But anyway, they're going to grasp at straws, nevertheless, adding a new narrative to the controversy surrounding her and Khalif. A video footage from the IBA World Championships in 2022, which is the year that Khalif and the other one, Lin Yu Tin, were subjected to these gender tests that should be concerning for the Italian, is now doing the rounds on social media. Angela Carini was up against a boxer from Turkey, can't say it, with about 18 seconds left in the first round of the fight. The Carini fell onto the canvas and could be seen holding up her foot. Subsequently, she had to withdraw from the bout, citing an injury. So, what's wrong with that? Like, she lasted longer than 46 seconds, but because one fight, she has an injury that, let's relate that to the fact that she faced a biological dude and she was punched in the face multiple times by that dude, felt for her own safety, so she withdrew. Let's relate the two and say that she's cheating. Say that she's, mate, come on. You're grasping at straws here. Dear, oh dear. But people will do what people do. Let me just point that out. The absurdity, the madness, they hate women so much, really, that they go up against the likes of a real woman trying to protect herself and her own safety. It would be very naive and immature at this stage to declare her a quitter. It would be stupid. It's not naive and immature. It's just stupid. You shouldn't be calling her a quitter at all. That shouldn't even be in the conversation. After all, the woman won silver medals at the European and World Championships in 2019 and a gold medal at the European Youth Championship. But the footage of her quitting, so you just said it'd be naive and immature to use the word quit, and you just used it there, quitting. So who's the naive and immature one and stupid one now? Ajit? Mate, your journalistic degree and your so-called integrity is quite concerning, if you ask me. 2 years ago, during a bout, could raise questions about her and can lead to the gender debate slowly dying down. No, mate. Again, you're pointing to something that has no grounds in any kind of reality whatsoever, nor does it make any sense to the kind of gender debate that we're seeing at the moment. So stop it. Reportedly, Khalif, who was born a woman, suffers from a rare genetic condition called the Sawyer. No, again, that's all wrong, which may have resulted in Khalif failing. No, Mate, that's not it. Like, you're either born a male or a female. You have XY chromosomes or XX chromosomes, not because you have this rare condition that you fail a gender test, for goodness sake. It's got nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. But anyway, they're going to say that because, for the message, people. The International Olympic Commission, IOC, has extended their support to Khalif in the face of the online hate campaign. It's not a hate campaign, for goodness sake. This article is insufferable, claiming that the athlete has complied with the entry regulations. We know the IOC entry regulations is if it's on your passport, you're in. The IOC regulations are so flimsy and whimsical. It's just really concerning. They have done nothing for years. They know about this absurdness of men identifying as being women entering into competitions like this, but they do nothing about it. They do not care about the likes of real women. They seem to care more about men that identify as being women than actual women. They seem to care more about the inclusivity message. And again, if you are all inclusive of one particular side, you end up excluding the one that needs to be included the most. Dear, oh dear. Thomas Bach, again, defending the decision to allow Khalif and another boxer, Lin Yuting, to compete, and said the concerns over their gender identity are totally unacceptable. Well, of course you would say that, mate. Of course. Again, no concern or regard for the likes of real women. Furthermore, the Algerian Olympic Committee also stood by the boxer and condemned the unethical targeting and maligning. Unethical, people. It's unethical to say that your boxer is an actual man that stepped into the woman and stepped into the ring and beat the crap out of two women already. But we'll see what happens when this man gets into the ring with another man. See what happens there. That'd be very interesting to see. Meanwhile, Karini also came out with an apology to Khalif, which was a forced apology, if you ask me. And she should never have apologized. She did nothing wrong. And her apologizing has opened up Pandora's box for articles like this. Her apologizing opened up the floodgates for people to go to her past and try and go, you're a cheat. You're someone that, you're someone that quits. So on August 2nd, speaking to the Italian outlet La Gazzetta dello Sport, I'm not sure who this is. Maybe it's Karini, maybe it's Khalif. Okay, so it's Karini. I'm sorry for my opponent. If the IOC said that Khalif can fight, I respect that decision. It wasn't something I intended to do. Actually, I want to apologize to Khalif and everyone else. I was angry because my Olympics had gone up in smoke. And damn well right. Like, your Olympic dream went up in smoke, right? Like, it was stolen from you is what took place. Anyway, so the article continues, and I'm not going to read the rest of the article because it's frustrating and really annoying, because the mainstream media does what the mainstream media does, is they twist the actual truth to suit their own narrative, and I'm just tired of it. So I'm not going to give it any more view time or whatever else. Airtime, that's the terminology. But anyway, my friends, I just wanted to get this out. Angela Karini she's not a quitter. She's not someone that should be worried about her past coming up to haunt her. She's not a cheater. She's not someone that faked it at all. She got in the ring. She lasted 4 to 6 seconds after being hit. She had every intention, by the looks of things, to go the distance, but she's more concerned about her own safety, and damn well right she should have been. I think that's the wise decision to actually do and to consider. Not being, going 3 rounds or 4 rounds with a biological dude that has a significant more force than she does. It's unacceptable is what it is, and ridiculous. But anyway, my friends, you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.